Where at? Where?
Welcome back, Funkers. We got a pretty breaking video coming out of New Jersey regarding an Air Force veteran being shot and killed after his own 911 call. Now, we didn't want to wait for the next roundup on Wednesday to get you to this one, so we're going off the cuff here. I'm going to be a little bit off script, but as always, the full video is available on the site, and I do caution you, it isn't easy to watch. If these breaking stories in the weekly roundup are something you think you'll look forward to, please still make sure to hit the subscribe button and download the app. It's going to help you stay informed. Now, on September 14th, 2021, at approximately 01:35 hours, officers from the Mantua Township Police Department responded to Elm Avenue after receiving a call from Mr. Sharp. Mr. Sharp stated that there were armed intruders on his property. Now, if you listen to the dispatch recording, Mr. Sharp stated multiple times that it appeared an armed man was breaking into his shed and another male subject was trying to enter his truck.
911, where's your emergency?
Two intruders in the back of my yard.
What town's it in?
Mantua?
Mantua? Are you off Elm Avenue?
Yeah. One of them had a gun for short.
Okay. And
So,
your phone number's,
I
how many were
threw a firecracker with them to get them to go, but they keep coming back, like looking through the fence.
Okay, hold on for the police. I'm going to transfer you.
Now, in response, Mr. Sharp armed himself with a .45 caliber handgun his grandfather handed down to him in his will. It was unsure whether or not the weapon was legal or not, according to Mr. Sharp.
I mean, I have something my grandfather passed down to me. I don't know how legal it is.
In addition, Mr. Sharp stated that he had lit off a quarter stick, basically a large firecracker, to scare the intruders away. Again, this is all over his 911 call. It did scare them away, but they returned to the area shortly after. While a dispatcher and Mr. Sharp communicated, responding officers can be heard in the background shouting to put the gun down, and shortly after, numerous gunshots are heard erupting through the phone. As shown in the body-worn footage, the responding officer arrived on the scene where he spotted Mr. Sharp armed with a handgun.
Where at? Where?
In response, the officer fired over a dozen shots, striking Mr. Sharp. Unfortunately, the footage is difficult to make out. However, the responding officer stated that Mr. Sharp pointed the firearm at him. Now, there's a little bit of controversy that's starting to surround this video. Some are saying that it was potentially suicide by police officer. That said, we're not going to be the judge of that without more information, but we're interested in what you think. Let us know in the comments. Responding officers immediately began providing medical aid to Mr. Sharp until he was transported to Jefferson Washington Township Hospital. At 02:49 hours, Mr. Sharp was pronounced deceased. During the initial investigation, the .45 caliber handgun found on Mr. Sharp was that of a detailed replica.
Did you see the weapon?
I mean, it was silver. The moonlight came off of it, and I knew it. I don't know what type it was, but it was a handgun.
Okay. Did you see it, though?
Yes, sir.
Caller said he tried to make contact with the individuals and saw the handgun.
So then I went back in the house. Like I said, my grandfather willed me a .45. I don't know what I'm allowed to do or do without that. So I threw a couple quarter sticks at him. Maybe that's not the professional thing to do, but...
At this time, no additional information regarding the alleged intruders or toxicology reports from Mr. Sharp have been released, and the officer who discharged his weapon has been placed on administrative leave during the ensuing investigation. Now, this one feels like an absolute kick in the groin, and for lack of a better term, is basically just heartbreaking to hear. It's one that you don't want to watch or hear about. I firmly believe that our police officers are placed into some extremely tough situations. With that being said, we're definitely going to be following this investigation as it moves forward. We're interested to hear what your thoughts were on the situation after you've watched the video. Again, check the links down below. And once again, if this kind of breaking news type format is something that you're interested in the future, make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap on the bell so that you'll get the notifications right away. I'm sorry to be talking to you so quickly in this kind of context, but stay informed.